All right, everybody, welcome back to the 2018 MRDA Championships here in Salem, Oregon.
Hi.
My name is Champ Unkind.
Hi, I'm Very Terry. Thank you for joining us. My accent's gone really American.
You did an impression yesterday. It was really good.
Oh,
I think.
It probably wasn't.
Maybe.
Just a quick shout out for anyone that everyone back at home in England who just watched that last game. My stomach is killing me and I just feel a little bit like, oh my God. So I'm with you is all I'm saying. Like, we're in it together. But we've got another fantastic matchup here of Philadelphia versus Lincoln.
Yeah, both teams lost yesterday in the first two games. Philly losing to Magic City, Lincoln losing to Manchester. So, Cherry, why don't you go ahead and tell us who the starting lineup for Lincoln is?
I shall indeed, or Lincolnshire, as you like to all keep saying. So in the white, we have a Lincolnshire Rolling Thunder, the Thunderducks. There you go. Oh, that's the other team.
That's the wrong one. There
that's
we
fine.
go.
Just put the team over my face. So we have 007. That is Tomahawk. 041. Jason Slatham. Number 13 Finickety. 17 is Benno. 199 Dapper Fox. 21 Toots. 247 Little Joker. Number 3 is Sully. 316 Skate Pliskin. 34 is Danger Zone. 55 Holy Schmidt. Number 6 is Broaders. Number 60 Geriatric. 810 Fenno. And 86 is Doug Hisgrove. And I believe we have Beth Lord and Shiv on the bench.
And for Philly, number 0, Grasso. Number 109, Cilantro. Number 1337, Striker. Number 2, D. Morg. Number 2469, Timmy Twitch. Number 4, Nurse Ratchet. Number 5, D-Day. Number 610, Hef. Number 8, Yosemite Slam. Number 9, T. Ice. Number 040, Special Ed. Number 13, Beast. Number 1983, I Don't Care Bear. Number 23, B. Nito. Number 25, Uncle Dad. Number 40, Juke of Hearts. Number 58, Schuler. Number 703, Smash Ketchum. Number 899, General Sofine. And number 90, Betty Switch. So we're going to get started here in just a few moments.
Yep, and your official team is being led up on skates by Ninja Sassam and off skates by Morticia, and we'll read you the rest of the beautiful officials as we go. So, as we said, if you've been with us all day today, some real, I mean, this is a bit of a cheesy thing to say, but we have been on an emotional roller coaster. I quite need to sit on a beanbag and hold someone's hand right now, but we're all good. We've got another beautiful across the pond intercontinental bit of roller derby for you, haven't we?
Yeah, we do, and it's going to be Philly sending out Uncle Dad. Ironically, he plays for an American team, and he's from Team Canada playing against a UK team.
Oh, wow, that's too much for my little brain to deal with.
Yeah, I need a map.
But jamming for Lincoln, we have got Fenno up on the jam line. Fenno didn't play yesterday's game, I believe, so really looking to make his stamp onto the 2018 MRDA Championships.
He's your uncle, he's your dad. He is your first lead jammer of the game. It is Uncle Dad in the pack, quickly calling it off. It looks like he's going to get 2 points. Philly striking first. No points for the Rolling Thunder.
Oh, I like the way you said that.
Rolling Thunder, how about that?
Rolling Thunder. I
tried to do a Scottish accent around
Why?
Optimus Grime and Rosie Peacock, and it did not fly.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 years ago, I don't know.
Just show them a picture of a dog. That's what. Then you've got them both on side. All right, so we've got lining up for Lincoln, we have got Sully, and we've got a pack of skaters who we've seen about 5 million trillion times, made up of Toots, Little Joker, and Tomahawk, and I believe that is Benno as well at the front. And Sully is through for lead, so it's one apiece in the lead jammer situ.
Yeah, Grasso is the jammer for Philly. Ironically, another international skater, Team Italy.
Indeed. So is like Philadelphia like the home of the melting pot?
It's a melting pot.
Yeah.
It is a very, very diverse melting pot of a team.
Fantastic.
Players from all over. Sully through the pack, picking up 5. We're going to get our first lead change of the game. Grasso, star in hand, looking for room. Yosemite Slam trying to open up a hole, but those wascally webbits in the way.
I see what you did there. And while we're talking about people who played on international teams, we've got almost a full contingent of international skaters in that pack. Tomahawk, Toots, and Sully all playing for Team England. And we also have Little Joker who played for Poland.
Well, now we've got Beast coming up on the jam line. It's now 92 for Lincolnshire. Lincolnshire, excuse me.
No, I love it. Just carry on. Everyone at home will be like,
I'm American.
So cute.
My words don't bend like that. And I like Lord of the Rings. Sorry, my bad.
So you can like Lord of the Rings. What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
It's filmed. Lord of the Rings was created in my hometown, so you know.
Well, here we
don't diss.
Here we go with Beast with the star for Philly.
And that is Brothers with the star for Lincoln. Lead jammer has gone to Lincoln once more.
2 in a row now.
Big explosive hit there from the Black Jammer of Philadelphia. That is Beast, living up to his name.
Yeah, Beast, him and his brother D-Day both coming from a football background. You can see that in their style of how they play. But in the meanwhile, another 5 points on the board, 14-0 run over the last 2 jams for the Rolling Thunder.
We do seem to be having a lot of like family, I was going to say family affair, it sounds a bit weird if I say that. A lot of families here in STRD. We had, 2 brothers with two jamming brothers, which is great to see, and a few others.
Yeah, and in Denver, you got the Stelly brothers. I mean, you got a lot
Baby
of them.
Stelly.
Yeah. So after that jam, 10 points on the board, now 19-2. Uncle Dad back on the jam line for Philadelphia.
And that is Skate Pliskin jamming for Lincolnshire. I almost forgot the name of the team then.
Hef, the lone skater in the box for Philadelphia, in the Rydell penalty box.
Skate Pliskin jamming for Lincoln. As we said yesterday, Pliskin, quite a new transfer over to Lincoln. Used to be with Super Smash Bowlers, so I know there are a lot of people in Nottingham at home having a watch party supporting Skate Pliskin, who is now your lead jammer.
Yeah, it looked like Stryker almost had him there on the outside, but not enough, and Stryker's actually going to head to the box for that. So pack advantage definitely going to Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, Philly losing another player, and there's someone taking a knee as well at the front. So Skate Pliskin has got the lead jammer situation kind of wrapped up. One last set of hips to swing yourself around. Pliskin is through, grabs some more points, and that is a beautiful 5-point jam for the Lincolnshire.
Yeah, and it's actually a power jam.
Ooh.
Uncle Dad is in the Rydell penalty box, and it's going to be a power start after another 5. Philly going to take a timeout. Talk about some strategery and things like that. But, Sherry, who is this timeout brought to us by?
By you and I, because we are the announcers.
we have the voices.
However, we didn't pay the bills. Paying the bills for us was the fantastic Apex Wellness Centre. Jump over to the Apex Wellness Centre offering, this is a word I really struggled to say, chiropractic massage and acupuncture to help you get back on the track. Located in Portland, Oregon, integrated healthcare at its peak.
At the peak.
At the peak.
And there are mountains around here, so
I've
that
seen
works.
them, they're so cute.
Yeah, I've come from Ohio, where it's very flat, and I'm not used to this.
I can't physically say that state's name. I can't get the words out.
Ohio?
I just can't do it. Don't make me do it.
I know,
I just can't do it. Don't make me, like, there's already been enough chat about how bad my pronunciations are.
Well, if you ever hear someone yell OH, the proper response is IO.
Okay, I got that. Let's we'll get that going later.
There's probably people in Ohio who are like, that's a thing, really?
Yeah, they're like, that's not my joke.
No, but it is going to be a power start for Lincolnshire.
Yeah, we've got number 13. That is for Nicotine on the jam line. Not to be confused with Reaper from STRD. They look very similar. Very similar jam styles.
It's really the beard length.
It's the beard and it's the skinny legs. I couldn't think of a better PC word to say.
Yes.
Just the very beautiful legs. So I mean, they could probably switch out for each other, which would be highly illegal, but probably could happen if they wanted to.
Philly's penalty box is empty. Uncle Dad, Special Ed, and Stryker all released, and currently nobody in the Rydell penalty box.
What are you doing?
Never mind. Curse of the announcer. Half goes back to the box.
You should put like a dollar in a jar.
The announcer curse jar.
Yeah,
not for actual cursing, but for when we accidentally.
You'd have to put like
$2
if you say like a sweary word.
Sweary word.
A sweary word.
Like a sweary word.
Like a cuss.
Things we don't say on a microphone.
Like if you said, or.
Yeah, those are bleepers. We've got Grasso going up against number 810.
Fenno. I always get dead confused because we have like Fenno and Benno.
Yeah, and Grasso.
And, well, that's it really.
Well, there goes Fenno. He is the lead jammer once again. That is 5 in a row for Rolling Thunder. Star pass to Stryker of the Hooligans, who stays inbound and draws a forearm from a Rolling Thunder blocker.
But Fenno comes around there, grabbing some more points. Let's have a quick look at the scoreboard. Lincolnshire currently 37-2. I know back at home there are so many people watching. I've seen like Facebook pictures of watch parties. I've seen Toots' dog confused that he can hear his master but he's not in the house, and it's so very cute. So big shout out to everybody who is supporting Lincoln and Hi.
If you're looking at the scoreboard and you're thinking, wow, Lincolnshire is really starting hot here, remember that yesterday the same thing happened between Philly and Magic City in the first game.
Are you just going to bring this down?
I'm just going to bring this down.
Whoa.
It was about, I believe, a 66-14 with about 15 minutes left in the first half, and then Philly came back and it ended up being a 2-point game. So
what you're saying is, if you're from Lincoln, don't get excited.
Don't get excited just yet.
Wow.
Philly's known for adjusting and coming back.
Oh, okay. They're a bit of a second half team.
They could, yeah. Yesterday they definitely were more like second half of the first half and then second half of the second half. It was a very back and forth game.
I think that's quite common in a lot of teams, to be honest. I'm not saying anyone's name.
You ride the momentum.
Central City Roller Derby. That's my home team, so it's totally fine. All right, so our wonderful officials in the middle who are being led wonderfully by Ninja Assassin. We also have Kieran Duncan, Cataclysm, MC Ninja, Wifo, Just Dylan, Lord Alexit, and Merry Chaos. Doing the whistle business in the middle and doing the off-skates officiating, we have Morticia, who is your lead NSO. And making up their team is Andy Oakley, Gavatron, Comic, Kelsey Grammer, Tuck and Roll, Bunny Wench, Chloroform Cupcakes, Demolishler, and Extra Crispy.
And we're going to have Sully going up against Beast on the 5-stride jam line.
We've got one blocker apiece in the right out penalty box, so it's like evens. Whoa, look at this. Sorry, there were two of Philadelphia in the penalty box, and they came out like literal bats out of hell.
Well, you do a lot of things together as a team. If you can come out of the box together, why not? Make the team stronger in one fell swoop. And there goes Beast picking up the first lead jammer for the Hooligans since the first jam of the game. They have been held scoreless since the first jam of the game. Let's see. Under one blocker into the pack. No penalty called, and he does get a penalty called. Never mind. Curse the announcer strikes again. Let's put $1 in that jar.
Sully has taken the star of it. It is in his hand. Hasn't passed it over yet to the pivot.
And he'll just go stealth mode, so we are not going to have a lead jammer. It is going to go the full 2 minutes.
Yeah, but we do only have 1 minute left of that 2 minutes, so we're halfway through. Sully making easy work of that outside there. Sully is a bit of a deadly assassin, I have to say. If you're not familiar with the man's work, he's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Now going to the inside, spinning around too far to the outside. Get hit there by T-Ice. Now moving once again too far to the outside. That was Special Ed covering the outside line. D. Morg up the middle.
Oh, this is a lot to look at.
Yeah, it is. The pack is very separated.
It's so stretched out. My eyes can't see both packs at the moment. But I love this. And one of my favorite things to look at is where you have two tripods happening, and then the one offense in each, and it's just like, who's gonna crack first?
Special Ed moving all the way back, knocking Sully out behind the pack. Sully now with the star in hand.
But Sully is already 5-0 in this jam.
He is.
A couple of seconds left to go.
And there is 5 from Beast. Those are the first 5 points officially on the board for Beast, or for Philly, since the first jam. So we're going to end that. It looks like another 5 points are going to be picked up by the Rolling Thunder. Let's see. Right now standing at 42-7.
Jam refs in the middle with their hands up, looking like a lonely high five. Right, our penalty box is empty, and everyone is now deciding, do they want 5-stride jam line or do they want Vault 31 pivot line? They're going 5-stride jam line.
Well, on the 5-stride jam line for Philly, it is D-Day. This will be the first time he's put on the star today.
And that's Brothers, I believe, second time out for the jamming constituency for Lincoln.
D-Day looking for room, trying to get up the middle. He does. That's 2 in a row lead jammer for Philly, although last time Beast did get the penalty, so he lost it.
Nice bit of offense there from Toots, helping his jammer through, but D-Day is coming round. These skaters from Philly are a bit fast, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
I'm struggling to keep up.
D-Day and his brother both come from a football background. Beast,
when you say football, what do you mean?
American football.
Oh, so not real
soccer,
football.
not soccer, as we call it.
Okay.
No, they
is that the one with the running forward and backwards?
Most sports, yes. Yes, that vague reference. Yes, it's the one where they run and wear the uniforms.
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, and they have the ball, and they, you have to score the points.
That's literally every sport apart from roller
What's
derby.
apart from roller derby?
All right, and this is why we will well, I personally will never get cast to do any other games but roller derby, and even that's a stretch. But we've got some beautiful work happening here. The Rydell penalty box is a little bit full, but we seem to have we've got Uncle Dad.
That is Uncle Dad for Philly. That's 3 in a row now on lead for Philly.
Skate Pliskin, your jammer for Lincoln, trying to do some jammer jammer action, but Uncle Dad is through, grabbing some more points there. 16 taking on 50, 20 minutes left to go in this period.
Yeah, this was about the point yesterday when Philly started kind of turning around and getting the momentum. And, now 10 points on the board, closing it up a little bit after the star pass is complete.
So is this what you were warning the Lincoln fans about?
This is exactly what I was talking about. But, it depends jam to jam. Everything changes.
Well, thanks for the warning. Like, I felt prepared.
I know things sometimes.
But you get ready for the Lincolnshire train to come into the station.
Every once in a while, I'm right. So 50-25 after a 14-point jam from Uncle Dad.
Yeah, wonderful jam there for Philadelphia. They'll be dead pleased with that, and dead pleased that the Rydell penalty box is empty, open for business but empty.
It's going to be Finickety and Grasso with the stars. Once again, Rolling Thunder in white, Hooligans in black.
I love how you call them Rolling Thunder. Most people don't. It'd just be Lincoln, so it's quite nice that you're using their
Well, I struggle at saying their name, so
bless
that's
you.
easier. So it is Grasso picking up lead jammer. That's now 4 in a row for the Hooligans.
Finickety seeing that inside line. Admit. What I'm trying to say is there was a lot of chaos, and he saw through it. I'm gonna have to eat a thesaurus for breakfast. I think
maybe it's because he's tall. I don't know. It may have
Bless.
helped. You could just see that.
And also, I have to mention them every time. I just can't see past Tomahawk's pink leggings. They are quite the distraction.
Yes. So after a quick exit of the pack by Grasso, picking up that lead pretty quickly, only able to get 2 points on the jam. Now 50-27. Lincolnshire on top, but Philly on a scoring run. So now we've got Beast on the 5-stride jam line.
And that is Fenno, your jammer, fresh out the pack for today and fresh up that inside line, grabbing lead there. Beautiful work while Beast is still struggling a touch at the back of the pack.
Now re-entering the pack, only one blocker there. It's T-Ice. Philly has a full penalty box.
Nice bit of offense there from Doug. Lovely to see there. As you said, Philly's jammer struggling a touch at the back. Fenno coming round now, looking to score, stretching out that lead for Lincolnshire. You're making me say it now.
And you live in the same country.
As I said earlier, Lincoln are geographically the closest team to where I live. So hey neighbours.
That's why I trust your expertise in this matter. 10 points on the jam already for Fenno and the Rolling Thunder.
Have we had a star pass? I believe we have. Striker is now your jammer for Philly.
Yes, he is, and he's saying hello. And through the pack, let's see if he got anything. No, he does not. Looked like he may have been past one blocker, but according to the refs, they see it better than we do, and they say no, he wasn't.
Yeah, so your score, 15 points picked up there by Lincolnshire. Fantastic. Told you that train was coming in. 65-27 now. First quarter of this first half kind of done and in the bag.
We are going to have D-Day for the Hooligans.
And I literally cannot say, oh, Sully, there he is. I was like, I can't see him. We were admiring Sully earlier because of his athletic lunch of about 6 plates of chips it looked like he was eating earlier. Let's see if they pay off for him.
Speaking of athletic, D-Day through the pack very quickly. Now reapproaching on a scoring pass into the pack. Got 2 to beat, 1 to beat, none to beat. On the tiptoes, through for 5 points. Hooligans.
Yeah, that was some wonderful footwork there from D-Day. I'm not too familiar with Philadelphia myself, so I'm really getting distracted by the wonderful work that I'm not too familiar with. So, hi Philadelphia, it's really nice to meet you.
Well, D-Day and Beast, they're very similar in the way they play, and what they do is they tell you one thing with their upper body, but their lower body's doing something else entirely, and you don't know which direction they're necessarily going to go.
Typical man. I'm only joking. That is a total joke.
Well then, Sully takes off the star, gets out of the pack.
Yeah, beautiful jam there for Philadelphia. 41-65, 14 points picked up there. Nice.
So a 24-point game after a 14-point run. Now we've got Uncle Dad on the 5-stride jam line. Going up against number 6 of Lincolnshire.
That is Brothers. So looks like both teams are running a really similar jammer lineup. 4 or 5 jammers coming in, coming out. No one being particularly overused at this point. Nice big broad selection of jammers. And what a great position for your team to be in. That strength and depth in your bench really does pay off. And you'll have to tell me about this. I don't know how far away Philadelphia is, but great that Lincoln could bring such a broad bench.
Philadelphia is about as far east from here, almost as far east from here as you could get.
Okay, so they've had to put some miles in as well.
Yes.
All right, cool. Well, fantastic to see so many players being able to make the charter and come out here at the 2018 MRDA Championships, brought to you by Bridgetime Menace and Lane County Concussion.
9 points. Yes, 9 points on the jam, and now we have a 15-point game. Philly closing in now in the second quarter of the game, 65-50.
Yeah, Philadelphia a little bit, I mean, you warned us, but a little bit sneaky there, grabbing these points. And we're not really seeing, like, hit it and quit it, like 3 points, 4 points. Like, if we're not going double digits, okay, I know there was a 9-point jam there, but
close.
If it's not double digits, it's like, go home.
Well, we do have Grasso with the star going up against Skate Pliskin.
Nice big rugby scrum start there on the 5-stride jam line. Beautiful to see. Big crush of bodies, but Skate Pliskin gets a track cut, unfortunately, there, so he will be off, and it looks like we're about to have a star pass to Striker.
Yeah, Striker, 2 to beat. He is in front. He does have the star in hand. This is the 3rd time it's been handed to him in this game already. Striker unable to stay in bounds, forcing to recycle.
Tomahawk being sent off there for a forearms penalty. So Philadelphia seem to have, like, everyone on the track. Rydell penalty box is filling up with Lincolnshire, unfortunately for them.
Fun fact, Striker has made 3 memes already while wearing the star. Now moving into the pack. 1 to beat, he is through.
I was just going to go with it. All right.
Don't worry about it.
All right, tell me later. It's quite interesting. I've heard other announcers, and we've been saying in some of our calls, some teams are a star pass team and some are just not.
No, some are not. But, you know, it works, and Striker has a jamming background.
Ah, sneaky.
So Skate Pliskin out of the box, out of the pack. That's the initial pass. It is going to go the full 2 minutes because of that, and Striker does get through on a scoring pass for 4 points.
Yeah, still 37 seconds of this jam to go, as you said. Full jam. There is no lead, so Skate Pliskin out of the Rydell penalty box. And just knocking blockers left, right, and centre. But we have had a bit of a big hit over on the corner, which I think we're just going to get some medical attention for. Yeah,
Striker jumped the apex, did not land it well, but also lost his footing on the landing and slipped and got hit, looked like in the face by one of the skaters, but he does look to be okay, getting up very quickly by his own willpower.
You probably did just see in your screen there. So Ninja's gone over to the Philly bench. Sorry, looks like they're grabbing Striker out.
Yeah, looks like he is going to get a penalty.
Hang on, let's just check where he's going.
Yeah, so he is going to go to the penalty box.
Yeah, just sorry, I didn't mean to create tension for no reason. It did look like he was heading towards the door.
Yeah, for a second I thought maybe he had just been ejected.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Ninja cleared that up and said, no, you are not ejected. That you just need to go to the box.
Yeah.
So, you know, not an egregious penalty. It looks like it. You can tell by the way he landed. It certainly wasn't intentional.
Sorry, Philadelphia's lineup manager was shouting to which jammer to switch up. I was like, there can't be more people going to the penalty box. Oh, right, let's just take a little minute here. So that jam was called at 5 points, picked up for Philadelphia, so they're on 55. Lincolnshire picked up 4. They're on the 69th point, which is always fun.
Okay, so Beast will take a spot in the penalty box as the jammer. Striker will be on the sideline. That may have been because they called it off due to Striker going down.
Okay.
So that I'm believing is the reason.
Okay, I'm sure someone will come and like clarify this for us, but no, no one will. Because to be fair, to watch us to give us information, you have to go past the donuts.
And there are a lot of donuts,
just
and
that everybody stops.
It's a traffic jam. You're not getting past there. Speaking of traffic jams, Finickety back in the pack, going up against T-Ice at the front. He's going to get through, and there's going to be 5 on the board to start this jam. for the Rolling Thunder.
Beast is in the Rydell penalty box, as we know, just being released now. So both jammers back on track. But But as you said, Finixie is your lead jammer and been welcomed into quite the evil clutches of Philadelphia. Finixie looking around now. Does he continue? Does he go for some more points? Looks like he's going to come back around and try and grab a few more points before Beast is able to capitalize on his release from the penalty box.
Yeah, we did actually get a clarification on that. It was for the reasons we stated. Striker went down. He got hurt, but he did get the low block. So because it was called off because he went down, Beast served the penalty as the jammer.
All right, lovely. Thank you for updating us with that.
10 points so far on the jam for the team in this game from the UK. Every game so far today has featured a team from the UK.
Representing. It's really funny though, because everyone's like, find the British girl, she'll answer your questions about things about England.
I think we're going to switch the name of the day from Saturday to England Day.
Yay. And I do have to say, and please do let me just take the second to say thank you for allowing me to be here today and to represent. I'm pretty chuffed to be doing it. I hope you guys at home, the folks at home, are enjoying it as well, rather than being going like, oh God, Cherry, why are you our representative?
So Beast picks up 10 of his own, does a little defensive jamming there, and then gets some defensive blocking. That sends him way to the inside by Dapper Fox. And that's going to be the end of the jam.
Dapper Fox is a really sneaky blocker. Like,
yeah.
He looks dead unassuming, and then you're like, oh, now I'm on the floor.
So 13-10, going to an advantage of the Rolling Thunder on that jam, now 83-65, as we're approaching 10 minutes remaining.
I love that you called them the Rolling Thunder. So what are Philadelphia called? So the
Hooligans.
Penn Jersey or roller derby from Philadelphia.
Yeah,
Hooligans.
Penn Jersey is the league.
Okay.
And the Philadelphia Hooligans are the team.
Got it. It's written the other way around, I think. All right, it's fine. I'm not blaming my tools like a bad workman.
Details. Lead jammer going to D-Day. That's another one for Philly.
Fenno coming around, showing off quite the skate skills around the outside here, almost going unnoticed. As we see Toots and number 17, Benno, recycling the jammer to the back.
That was D-Day. D-Day sees the other jammer coming, calls it off, picks up 3 points for Philly. So 3-0 on that jam as we're at the 9.5-minute mark of the first half of the third game of the second day of MRDA Champs 2018.
And the 2018 MRDA Championships are brought to you by Rydell, and massive thanks and shout out to Rydell Skates for sponsoring us here today, or all weekend, not just for England Day.
We've got Sully and Uncle Dad, the jammers, with this 15-point game. And yes, it is Sully through first, lead jammer. Uncle Dad still on the Rydell pivot line. Sorry, the Vault 31 pivot line.
Rydell's the penalty box.
Rydell's the penalty box.
Don't confuse people with penalties when you mean pivot line.
Yeah, they're two completely different things. Jam is called. No points for Philly, but 4 for Lincolnshire.
Yeah, wonderful jam there from Sully. Hopefully you guys saw it on your screen. Came through on his trademark, like one leg, like a, I don't know what the move is in, like, you know, figure skating, where you're on one leg with a leg out. Like
double sow cow and a triple axel.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's what Brian
exactly
Boitano would do.
Right. Well, while we discuss that, we will be having an official review being called by.
That would be.
Just pick a team and we'll be 50% correct.
No, it is an official review.
Called by.
Called by.
Let's just stretch this out till we know. We do not.
Because there's no pointing.
All right. Well, we will find out.
Okay, called by somebody.
And a ninja will get on the microphone or just shout at us and tell us what's going on. And I can tell you all about Vault 31. Find them on Facebook or visit vault31bar.com for more information. They are a bar opening up in Vancouver, Washington, owned by Bridgetown Skater. Let Vault 31 be your destination for roller derby, watch parties, e-music, music, and more.
All right, it is Philly who called the official review. So the officials will talk about official things officially and decide what the official call will be.
That's awfully official of you.
It is official. All right, well, I guess we're going to go back. It's going to be Grasso at the star for the Hooligans.
There's one blocker apiece in the Rydell penalty box. I do believe they were already in the penalty box, and nothing from the official review has happened as far as we can see.
Yeah, I think they may have been using it as a timeout because she our timekeeper was switching between O and the T.
Oh, I didn't see the sneaky T.
So that's, yeah. Anyways, Grasso is the lead jammer. He
Yeah.
gets through the pack first.
Beautiful work there from Grasso, doing a bit of a leapfrog, I can't even think what it's called. Leapfrog up the inside there to grab lead jammer, and now steam training is through that Lincoln wall. I used to like saying freight training, but then people are like, what, she's here? It's like, no, calm down, everyone.
All right, well, 4 points for Philly on that jam. Now 87-72, bringing it back to a 15-point game. That seems to be the margin, the most popular margin of points in this game.
I think I'm correct in saying this, but I mean, do correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think these two teams have played each other before, or at least not very often. Sorry, I just hit the microphone in my mouth. Not very often. And it is always great to see new teams taking on each other, seeing what they're going to do with each other, and these teams really similar in style, and I'm really enjoying it, and I really hope you guys at home are as well. Track cut has been issued, but then I think rescinded, or the wrong skater was looking that they were going off.
Yeah.
So D-Day is on the track as a jammer, but Skate Pliskin was your lead jammer. So I said that backwards.
Correct, and it doesn't look like D-Day's going to the box, or
Yeah.
yeah, it looks like, it was rescinded or on the wrong player, but 4 points picked up, 4-0 on that jam.
Fair play to the both jammers there for just carrying on and getting on with it, and wonderful for our officials for getting that all sorted. So thank you very much.
Yeah, it did look like he may have done it, but, they have a way better position. Obviously, they're the one who makes the call, not us.
We're just here for puns and donuts.
We just say things and eat donuts.
I have eaten so many donuts today. I'm actually going to come back to England the size of England. But thank you very much to Lane County and Bridgetown for your wonderful hospitality here, although you are making me fat.
It's those voodoo donuts. And it is
Nickety jamming here for Lincoln. Doesn't look like he's eaten many donuts today. He's keeping it athletic. God bless him. Coming through now as your lead jammer, as Beast. Pulls up the rear, but Nickety grabs some points. Grabs 4 points and calls it up.
Yeah, so another 4-0 jam for the Rolling Thunder. 6 minutes remaining, 95-72.
I really hope you folks at home are enjoying this game because, as I said before, this is such a great matchup.
This is, absolutely. And, especially when you get to see two teams from, other continents play each other, especially when they, like you said, they don't get to play each other very often.
And yet,
or ever.
and yet so similar.
And yet so similar. So Uncle Dad will be facing Fenno.
Yeah. Fenno is your really tall, strong jammer at the back of the pack. Everyone is very tall in this pack for some reason. Where's Little Joker when you need him? And through for lead is Fenno.
Probably fighting Little Batman or something. So Uncle Dad's still looking for room there on turn 2. Fenno back in the pack on a scoring pass, looking and picking up 5 points on the jam.
Shout out to Dapper Fox again there. Sorry, I didn't mean to trip you over there. Dapper Fox, beautiful offense. As I said, he is a bit of a sly old fox.
Well, there goes Uncle Dad out of the pack. Fenno picks up some points. They will cross the century mark, and he will add another 4 to that lead, bringing it up to 9 total on the jam. 104-72, Lincolnshire on top.
Yeah, Lincolnshire slapping that century, as I like to call it. Apparently, it's just me who does that. But Philadelphia with 72 points and 4 minutes left to go in this jam. I think we could still see them slapping a century. Centuries for everyone.
Everyone gets 100 points. That should be the starting mark. No, they shouldn't. Okay. It's going to be Grasso with the star for the Hooligans.
Imagine if roller derby was reversed. So it's like you started with 1,000 points and you had to lose them or something. I don't know. That is a conversation for another day.
Low score wins.
Yeah, Sully coming around doing some absolutely fantastic jamming. But Nurse Ratchet, number 4 there for Philadelphia, denying him easy access. But he goes back around, recycles behind the hips of Nurse Ratchet and comes through and grabs lead. And there's a star hat on the floor.
Yeah, he had to get past Betty Switch there, the final blocker. She gave chase, but he went too far and gets past. Now it back in the pack. And a star pass. That goes to T-Ice of the Hooligans.
Sully coming about round now, looking for some points. Been dragged off the track by number 4 again, Nurse Ratchet. As I said, I am not so familiar with these teams, so I'm loving it when I see someone like, oh my God, they're doing this, they're doing that, and I hope you folks at home are joining in too.
Well, one of the best parts about Philly is they bring their fans everywhere, and I don't know if everyone here can see it, but in turn 1, Philly has pretty much conquered the section, and I believe last night they were able to hear them cheering on the stream. I would not be surprised to hear them cheering again at some point. You can see a lot of the She-Devils standing over there just cheering on the Hooligans, and it's always good to see that camaraderie.
She-Devils being the WFTDA league.
Correct.
Lovely. Look at me learning stuff.
So it is D-Day on one foot, staying inside and picking up lead jammer for the Hooligans.
Big hit there from Doug. Kind of sent Doug into a bit of a spin there, but D-Day was able to come past and grab lead jammer. Slap of the hips, 1 point in the bag, calls it off, denying Brothers any look.
Yeah, so that he will steal 3 points there and get a little bit closer. Looks like he kind of got those last 2 points at the very last second there. So 108-75, Rolling Thunder over the Hooligans. And you kind of saw a little bit of that Philly section there for a brief moment. But I'm sure we'll see them soon. Or you'll hear them, one or the other.
And if you're supporting Philadelphia at home, get onto Twitter or Instagram. Send us a picture of what you're up to. And the hashtag is MRDA Champs 2018.
I believe you are right. And you can use the hashtag, show your watch party, show how cool you are, make everybody else jealous.
Yeah, Skate Pliskin being recycled to the back of the pack by... that's Nurse Ratchet again. Oh, he's my one to watch so far in this game.
Yeah, Nurse Ratchet, a leader of the Hooligans. He was a captain for a year. He was a founding skater. And Beast through the pack, picking up 4 points. There was a no pass, no penalty in there, so it will be 4 instead of 5.
Oh, Skate Pliskin there, coming around, doing I don't know if you call it this in America, doing a bean dip around Yosemite Sam. Looks over to the jam ref, realizes he's got lead, and then he's so surrounded by people. He's like, look at my hips.
And Yosemite Slam is such a big dude, too. He's 6'3", about, I believe, 305 pounds. Him and I have had this conversation. You don't want him falling on you. You don't want him in front of you. You just want to get somehow around him.
Yeah, I don't want to be stuck behind him at the bar in the after party.
No. He's a pretty nice guy, though.
I'm sure he is. Oh, that means he can just get me a drink then.
There you go.
Sorted.
It is Uncle Dad with the star, moving back in, looking for room.
For Nicotine at the back of the pack there, being held off by a beautiful defensive wall of Philadelphia. Philly losing a blocker to the Rydell penalty box, so there is one apiece at the moment. But that's not really giving Uncle Dad much grief as he's at the front. And of course, as I said, that gets hit to the inside line by Geriatric.
Now moving in there, trying to stay on his feet.
Vanickety coming up the inside. What did I tell you about Vanickety? Like, he would just find an inside line that was never there and make it his own.
He created it. And on the 7th day,
he created an inside line.
And it was good. So a 24-point differential, 108-84. Lincolnshire still on top, but Philly keeping it close, just like they did yesterday.
Couple of seconds left to go, so I'm not sure whether we will get this jam underway.
Believe we will. It does look like they're...
No one's moving. As in the officials. I mean, like, the skaters are.
Everyone moving up to that 5-stride jam line. Both jammers into the pack. Only one skater. That is Hef in the penalty box, in the Rydell penalty box for Philly. He's already at 6 penalties, so he is already in trouble in the last jam of the first half.
Lincoln's penalties, I mean, there's a bit of a flutter of them. But so far, keeping it pretty cool compared to, I think, the last time we saw Lincoln, we did have 1 or 2 foul outs. And as I say that, Benno goes to the penalty box. Thanks, mate.
Well, it is Grasso with lead jammer approaching the pack, coming back in over the apex, past his last blocker. He is going to pick up 4 points.
And we've had a star pass to Tomahawk there. Really not very discreet with the pass me the helmet cover over the top of everybody. But gets the star, sticks it on his head. But as you said, Philadelphia in charge of that jam. And that brings us already to halftime.
Yeah, so, we already have, it is still a close game, 20 points. Never seen Derby before. You're probably like, what is this? But if you've seen it before, you're like,
this is nothing.
This is nothing. This is one good jam. We saw Vancouver of a 29 and a 30-point jam. That means it's really possible for a little tough, but still possible for somebody to have that in one jam or a couple jams. So it is still a very close game. It's entertaining. It's exciting, and we hope you all at home are enjoying it. We're going to take a little break here right now, though.
Cool. We will be back with you in about 10 minutes. So grab your cup of tea, grab your, tacos, whatever it is you need to do.
Whatever beverage you enjoy, whatever food you enjoy, get your popcorn because we ain't done yet. I'm Champ Unkind.
I'm Very Terry.
We'll see you in a few.
Bye-bye.
And welcome back, everybody, to the 2018 MRDA Championships.
Hi.
Here in Salem, Oregon. Brought to you by the Portland Bridgetown Menace and Lane County concussion.
Yeah, thank you for bringing us. You haven't brought us anything, but thank you for being with us is what I'm trying to say. I'm Very Cherry, all the way from England.
And I'm Champ Unkind, all the way from Cleveland. So we're going to go over our penalties really quick in this game. It is Lincolnshire on top of Philadelphia, 108 to 88. And I'm going to bring up our penalties here for our first team. That is Philadelphia. Got one player, Hef, already with 6 penalties, in trouble after the first half. Striker would be the next in line with 4. Special Ed with 3. Everyone else with 1 or 0. A couple with 2 there, T-Ice and Betty Switch.
Let's have a look at Lincoln then.
And then for Lincoln.
I built that up like there's going to be something amazing to look at.
Lincoln, not so much. There are 4 penalties for Benno and Dapper Fox, but other than that, 2 and 1 and none. So that is probably a big reason why the score is the way it is, with Lincolnshire on top, up by 20.
I love how you like they're on top. I just think it's dead cute.
Well, on top score-wise.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I just think it's cute.
No,
it's a compliment, you weirdo.
I'm not good at taking compliments. I'm used to being told no. Don't, just, you're not a, yeah. Don't say anything to microphones. Don't say things into microphones. That's what happens usually.
I feel like we just had a moment in front of everybody.
No, I just had a total, my brain went, no, not that word, not that word, not that word. No, okay, no.
Just leave it.
We're just going to go back to the game, luckily.
Yeah, thank you, Roller Derby, for saving us from our awkward selves.
Roller Derby has saved us in so many ways.
And saved you, lovely folks at home, from listening to us just going on at it. So we have got, as we've said, Philadelphia with 88, Lincolnshire with 108. Halftime is just about to finish. And, I have personally been loving this game.
Yeah, it's very close, 20 points. I mean, very close Derby game. Some good defense, some good offense, a lot of athleticism. And we're going to see what happens now with Fenno going up against Beast. Like you said, there is a Fenno and a Benno.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, everyone. Although I have to give a bit of a shout out to Lincoln for probably having the easiest names to pronounce. I love it when we have teams where there's just people called Sully and Toots. Thank you. Good. But I mean, you are welcome to have whichever names you want in Roller Derby. Just, provide a pronunciation.
And speaking of pronunciation, I might mispronounce this. I believe it's pronounced Beast, is our lead jammer to start off, going over the apex, and gets a back block. It's going to be a power jam in favor of Lincolnshire. And just like we were talking about, the penalties really hurting the Hooligans in the first half, and looks like it's starting this off the second half the same way.
I feel like it's a dead, really obvious announcer thing to say, but Hooligans living up to their name with the old penalties.
Well, Fenno is out of the pack, so it will go the full 2 minutes.
Fenno rolling through there like the thunder duck that he is, living up to their name.
Absolutely, and you can hear it too when they go by us. And Betty Switch with such this awkward hit that it took him about 5 seconds more to fall out of bounds, but still effective. Beast coming back in play after a trip to the Rydell penalty box.
Yeah, one blocker. That is Toots for Lincoln in the Rydell penalty box.
And another hit where he just couldn't stay up. Maybe we're having an earthquake or something. I don't know.
Oh, I hope not.
Or we're on a cruise ship. I forgot they actually do get earthquakes around here. So 4 points on the board for Beast.
We are not the weather report. If anyone just happened to be accidentally listening, this is not the weather or the shipping forecast. This is Roller Derby.
Well, it is always sunny in Philadelphia, but 4 points on the board for Beast. That's about the most weather you're getting out of us.
And do you know what? It's really hot here.
Really?
I did not pack for this warmth weather.
I'm perfectly fine. And I'm wearing a sweater vest.
Sweater vest.
So it's a 5-4 on this jam, and Beast's going to go back to the penalty box. It's going to be 2. This time it's a track cut.
Do you know how I knew there was a penalty? Not because there was a skater going to the box, and not because the referee was signaling it. It's because all of Lincoln were like, "Whoa, look!"
Yeah, and if you listen to the Philly fans, you can hear them go, "Ooh."
Ooh. Yeah, when we were watching the Vancouver STRD game, I was sat up in the stands, and the Vancouver fans are not shy. They are not shy to tell you what is going on, good or bad. You will get some vocal feedback.
Yeah, Vancouver is actually, I believe it's the closest geographic location to Salem, here, team geographically located closest to where we are now here in Northwest Oregon in Salem. And we are going to have Sully as our lead jammer. Beast does start in the box, so it is a power start, power jam.
But Bridgetown, not from Portland.
Bridgetown is Portland. Same thing.
Yeah, so aren't they geographically the closest?
Well, I mean, besides the host teams.
Oh, right, okay, I was like...
Yeah, I meant beside the host teams.
Oh, sorry, I
of
struggle
teams
with
that are
geography
here.
so much. I was like, I thought I knew this.
Yeah, well, technically, the Seattle's a little closer as well, but I meant of teams playing here this weekend.
I got ya.
So Sully will get 5 on the board.
Yeah, bringing the score to 1-2-3. Everyone loves it when the scoreboard looks pretty. 97 points here for Philadelphia. Beast is out of the penalty box now, so hopefully that century can start to get a bit of a slap.
Yeah, only 3 points away from that, but it is going to be called beforehand. Another 4 points picked up, 9-0 on the jam now, 127-97. Lincolnshire on top. So it's going. Looks like D-Day will be wearing the star. Okay, now you can hear that Philly fan section.
Can. And that is Brothers for the Lincolnshire Rolling Thunder. And do you know what? Shout out to Lincoln for putting their numbers on the front of their shirts. That is helpful.
Absolutely. And the more numbers you're wearing, the easier it is for us.
Numbers, names, just be very obvious.
Yeah, if you can have it on your pants, if you can have it on your sleeve, on your
right
shirt,
on your face.
on your face. I mean, whatever you can do to let us see the number that you are wearing, so we can look at our roster and know who you are. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you indeed. So Brothers through for a lead, picking up some points for Lincolnshire. 5 points already picked up in that in this jam. Here comes a few more. Yeah, Brothers having a really great time. Philadelphia still not being able to get to that century mark.
No, they've been keeping them scoreless over the last few jams. Back in the pack, Brothers
picking up a forearm. I did kind of like when it happened. So yeah, Brothers going to the right out penalty box, which means D-Day has been released.
And now there is a full penalty box for Rolling Thunder, so an opportunity here maybe for Philly to catch back up a little bit. That is the initial pass for D-Day.
Holy Schmidt being called on a track cut now, so Philadelphia's Lincolnshire's penalty box really, well attended, which isn't a good thing.
5 points. First 5 points of the jam, and Philly is finally past that century mark at 137-102. Still time left on the clock, about 40 seconds. D-Day back in the pack, looking for room one to be. Get out of my way!
Yeah, Doug, be gone.
5 points for Philly, but 4 points for the Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, 14 to Lincoln, 10 in this jam already. This has really been a powerful jam for both of our strong, powerful jammers who have both been to the penalty box.
Yeah, and now it's another 4 points on the board for Lincolnshire. D-Day had them walled up, a 3-wall against him. I think they realized you don't go one-on-one against him. He's just going to roll over you.
Doug Husgrave at the front of the pack. They're doing some beautiful defense.
3 points by D-Day. Another 3 points picked up by Brothers.
So, at the end there, we saw D-Day not stopping perhaps as quickly as he could have been, and did take Doug Husgrave down. I think a penalty is going to be assessed there. Yeah, penalty has been. He is in the penalty box.
And I think I saw an insubordination call as well. I'm going to wait to see what pops up here on our scoreboard.
Yeah, the officials have not called a timeout for this, so they're just cracking on with it. But yeah, power jam start for Skate Pliskin. Grabs the lead, no messing. Philadelphia, as you said earlier, my dear, bit of penalty trouble. The penalty board is flashing for us a little bit, so we've got one of Philadelphia on 6, we've got one on 5, and in Lincolnshire we've got 199, that's Dapper Fox on 5 penalties as well.
Yeah, that'd be Hef with the 6 and Stryker with the 5 for Philly. Skate Pliskin inside the pack, past Betty, switch the last blocker. There's 5 more on the board. That should bring it up to 10 total on this jam. It does.
And some beautiful offense there from Lincoln, really containing the Philadelphia blockers into like a bit of a vacuum, allowing Skate Pliskin to kind of just casually skate around like this is a little Sunday afternoon skate.
Pliskin, past Betty switch again. That same blocker, always the last, and he keeps getting past her. That's 4 points on the board.
I like how I was saying how Skate Plissken looked dead casual, and then just like literally barges into Betty, just like, I'm not that casual.
Well, what he's doing is he's getting in that pack and he's separating Betty Switch and Nurse Ratchet from each other. Because when he goes up against both of them, he's struggling. But when he can separate them and go one-on-one against Nurse Ratchet or Betty Switch, he's having more success. Just like there, he's going to get another 4 points. It's going to be our highest scoring jam of the game. 23 points for Skate Plissken, raising that lead.
Yeah, beautiful jam here for Lincoln. They're going to be very happy with this. Penalty trouble is kind of racking up, though. Toots is back in the Rydell penalty box, along with Yosemite Sam. One apiece, though, so it's evens. 20 minutes and a tiny touch left to go in this game, and an official review has been called by Lincoln. So it looks like it's an actual official review. No cup of tea signs have been made. So we'll bring that to you as soon as we can.
Yeah, it looks like Philadelphia called it.
Oh, my apologies.
I see a flashing light.
On
yes,
the scoreboard.
it is Philadelphia on the scoreboard that you all at home can see as well.
I was like, don't go towards the light. Stay with me.
So it is an official review called by Philadelphia. If it stands, it will be a 28-3 jam in favor of Lincolnshire, their highest scoring jam of the game and highest scoring differential in the jam of the game. Again now, but suddenly Lincolnshire has 2 players with 5 penalties. That would be number 17, Benno, and number 199, Dapper Fox.
I do believe Dapper Fox was one of the foul outs from me yesterday, and we're going to head over to our head referee.
Yes.
All I picked up there, sorry, was a Lincolnshire jammer.
Yes.
Just say it with confidence, and then we know what we're talking about.
Just say yes, and we'll move on. That's usually
all you can
a good
ask
strategy
for.
sometimes.
And then we get to see the
Sometimes.
beautiful sportspersonship here, where the teams not just give each other high five and appreciation, but give each other love and hope and appreciation as well.
And that's the thing about Philly, and we'll get to that in a second.
Sorry, Ninja like kind of did the thing with the mic, like she wanted to sing "I Will Survive," but I think she was just calling the captains back in. Right, now let's go over to Ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, we didn't quite pick that up, but what I did here was not retain. So I think that's safe to say. And there's no kind of changing in the penalty box or anything. So looks like whatever the issue was ain't happening.
Nope. Okay, so it is number 13, Finicity.
Yeah, he's back on the jam line up against Uncle Dad. Uncle Dad, we haven't seen him jamming for a few jams.
But that time he was apex jumping, and he picks up lead jammer.
So whatever he was doing during that time is work, like a little chill maybe.
He's prepping for that apex jump.
Bit of yoga posing.
Uncle Dad into the pack, 1 to beat, spins around, gets through. Let's see what is picked up. 3 points for Lincolnshire, 3 points for Philly.
Oh, even.
And 3 points for everyone at home, because why not?
Give yourself 3 points at home if you feel you deserve them.
I don't know what they're going to count for, but go for it.
But be honest
While
about
everybody's
it.
at it.
Be honest about it, though.
Yes.
If you don't deserve them, or give them to someone else.
And use that hashtag MRDA Champs 2018. And tell us how many
Tell
points.
us what you did with them, yeah.
We don't know where we're going with this. Don't worry. Nobody provided a map.
What would you do with yours?
I have no idea.
Great.
Probably go to Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
There's T-Ice putting on the star for the first time for the Hooligans, going up against number 810, Fenno.
Fenno making quite easy work at the front of that Hooligans pack there, swiveling his hips around, grabbing lead, looking for some more points, while Tomahawk does a bit of like breakdancing at the front. Why not?
T-Ice goes way out of bounds, going to have to go all the way back.
And it's been greeted by quite the fanfare of Little Joker, Toots, and Dapper Fox. But we have had a star pass over to Striker.
Yeah, Striker will take the star, be the new jammer for Philadelphia. Fenno sees him coming, taps his hips, calls it off, picks up another 3 points. That should bring the total up to 8 points on this jam.
It looks like Tomahawk is going to the Rydell penalty box. So Philly will be starting this jam in the advantageous position.
Sully will have the star for Lincolnshire, going up against Grasso of Philly. Like you said, only 1 in the box.
And a shout out to Rydell, who are our penalty box sponsor. Rydell sponsoring the 2018 MRDA Championships, along with the Apex Wellness Center and Southside Speakeasy.
Grasso tiptoes to the inside and picks up lead jammer for the Hooligans.
Sully doing his best toe stop work around the outside.
Whoa!
We are having apex jumps, which is why you did a whoa, and we are losing blockers a little bit left, right, and centre here. 2 in the penalty box for Philly, now 2 for Lincolnshire in the Rydell penalty box. That is Tomahawk and Doug Hisgrave, and 2 of Philly.
That for Philly, that'd be Stryker and Ratchet. Stryker now with 6 penalties. He is in trouble. Grasso, though, going very fast, but 4 points picked up by Sully and another 4 points picked up by Grasso. 9-4 so far on this jam in favor of the Hooligans. But again, if the other jammer's picking up points with this score differential and this time remaining, it's going to be difficult. Stryker and Ratchet both released from the Rydell penalty box. 2 more points will be picked up by Philadelphia. Looks like it'll be 11-8 on the jam. Now 196-127 Lincolnshire on top. 18
minutes left to go in this game, and a big shout out, of course, to 5-stride Rydell and to Vault 31.
Yeah, again, now 2 players with 6 penalties for the Hooligans. That would be Stryker and Hef. 2 players still remaining at 5 penalties. Benno and Dapper Fox for Lincolnshire.
Yeah, with 18 minutes left to go in this game, unless we start seeing players being kind of iced on their own benches, we may well start seeing a few foul outs happening. But that's roller derby for you. And also what happens in roller derby is lead jammer going to a Brothers, and only jammer because Beast is in the Rydell penalty box.
Absolutely, yeah. Beast went to the box. He did not look happy about that, but, I mean, is anybody ever?
Is Beast one of our... No, Beast we're not worried about at the moment, penalty-wise. Only on 4.
Beast that is his 4th penalty. That was a back block.
Brothers coming up against the formidable blocking of Betty at the front there for the Philly wall.
Yeah, and she is guarding that last line defense. Schuler and Stryker making out the rest of the pack with Yosemite Slam, who is hanging back with the Lincolnshire blockers.
Beautiful work there from Brothers, kind of doing a little bit of a twist and shout around the outside. But big hit there from the pivot from Philly.
Yeah, that would be Stryker.
Yeah, nice.
Beast is out of the box. Beast is back on the track.
Big hit there from Beast into the back of Tomahawk, but clean, legal, and safe. Everybody, I was going to say everybody's back up, but no, everybody's back down again. But it wasn't as clean, legal, and safe as I thought it might have been. So Beast is back to the Rydell penalty box on a forearm.
Yeah, it was a very clear forearm that he used to gain position there and get through the pack.
I like how you agree. You're like, yeah. I'm
but
down.
He is now sitting at 5 penalties of his own.
Oh, man, we gave him a shout out for not being so naughty as well.
Well, you get 2 on a jam, and that doesn't help.
This is very true. What I'm loving about these 2 teams, who are really similar, is they're almost going kind of like match for match with the skaters that they're putting on. It's like when you've got people like Stryker and Tomahawk, that really 2 tall pivots coming on, it's like you've literally matched them up, and it's just great to see.
Or T-Ice as well.
Both, yeah, they don't own the rights of being the tall pivot, but you know what I'm saying.
I believe T-Ice is the tallest member of the Hooligans. It's either T-Ice, Uncle Dad, or Yosemite Slam. I think it's T-Ice. I don't know. I've never actually measured any of their height. We should find out
who the tallest person in roller derby is.
Everyone stand next to a doorway. We're going to mark all your heights.
like kids.
And then when you're back, we'll do it again. And
oh, that's cute.
We'll see if you change. And if you do get taller or shorter, that'd be weird because we're all adults here. So, but whatever. Some people can't measure.
Yeah.
Sometimes doorways are uneven. I don't know. That's a story. I'm going to stick to it.
And once more, we are treated to the beautiful sportspersonship here on the track in beautiful Salem, Oregon. Salem, Oregon.
And the Hooligans, they're known for being a very fun team to hang out with. And you can see this right here. They're usually all smiles. They play derby in a way that I think it should be played. They like to have fun. They like to go out. They're playing competitively, but they also want to have a good time. And that is just something that really that entire league exemplifies. And not to just take anything away from Lincolnshire.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But this is something that personally I know that Philadelphia does, and they do very well. So it does look like Beast has been ejected for an egregious back block.
Must apologize there. We did not see the referee signal that we were going to just hand over to Ninja, so hopefully there is any further information on that, we can bring it to you. Beast going over to the Lincolnshire bench just to check that everyone's okay. Big high fives and love all around over there, so that's pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
But
you can see on his face that he was actually concerned. He wanted to make sure everybody was okay, and that's good sportsmanship on his part.
So Beast will be going for an early bath as we go into this final kind of quarter of this game. So replacement jammer in the penalty box, that is number 5 D-Day. Obviously not his penalty, but he's serving the time for is it his brother?
That is his brother. They are brothers. And as D-Day started playing about 2 years ago, Beast has been playing a few years longer.
But who's better?
I don't know. They're both pretty good.
Ask their mom.
Yeah, I don't know. That might be a tough question for them too, but for their parents. But it is Skate Pliskin with lead jammer on this power jam for Lincolnshire, now up over the 200-point mark with a big differential.
More penalty trouble, though, for Philadelphia as we see the Rydell penalty box filling up with skaters from the Hooligans. Jammer has been released, so D-Day is back on the track now. Served a penalty that he did not commit.
Well, now he has an opportunity to get through. He's fighting hard and will complete the initial pass.
But Skate Pliskin literally just leaps over the apex, grabs some points, taps off the hips, high fives everybody in the building, and goes back to his bench. What a man.
What good sportsmanship, once again.
Yeah, this is a fantastic game to watch. Not saying that the others haven't been, but this really has been a great game to watch if you just love
roller derby.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And that.
That would do.
And sportsmanship, and MRDA.
And timeouts.
And timeouts. Actually, we haven't had that many timeouts.
I mean, you don't have
pretty fast-rolling game here.
Yeah, it really has.
Rolling
when we got to
like
half-time, I was like, what? Hi, Toots is waving at me. Hello. We love you too.
So now you can see which direction we're facing based on which way Toots was pointing.
To be fair, though, Toots just loves the attention. He'll probably be like waving at someone in the crowd in a minute, bless him. And just a shout out to Roller Polar Bear. He has put sun cream on. We have been looking after him. He's like the palest person ever, and we have to look after him.
Speaking of people who like attention, I do have to give a shout out to Gary Sweat, because Gary Sweat's favorite thing is hearing the name Gary Sweat be mentioned. So, Gary Sweat.
Mr. Sweat.
Yes. The coordinator of Summer Affair, agent to the Derby Stars, and most okay skater you'll ever see.
Most okay. So
most okay.
Just moderate.
Most okay.
All right.
But great guy.
Did you know that Gary is a name that is fading out?
Did you know that Gary is a city in Indiana?
All right,
I
Gary
believe it was where
facts.
Michael Jackson was born.
All right, don't try to out Gary me.
Gary facts. Things that are totally unrelated to what's going on right now. It is going to be Uncle Dad.
And for Nickety coming up against his beautiful defense wall of Philadelphia that I've grown to love for this past hour for sure. No one's got the lead except for Nickety, who grabs it around the inside. Number 17, is that... number 17, Benno, is going to the Rydell penalty box, which will be his 6th penalty, so his number is flashing on our board.
Yes, he is now the leader in penalties for Lincolnshire. Uncle Dad through the pack, completing the initial pass, but it's going to be called off before he can get in the pack. We'll see how many 4 points picked up by Lincolnshire to finish it off. Now 2:19, 1:27 under, as we're about to hit the 14.5-minute mark of this game.
Yeah, and just look at all the smiles on everybody's faces. They're really enjoying this game, and that is fantastic to see. And also it means that I can check and be like, right, these teams are having a really great time, so these are going to be my after-party buddies.
I'm telling you, the Hooligans, great after-party buddies.
I mean, do they like tequila?
You'd have to ask them. That is a question for them I will not answer. And it's Grasso with the star for the Hooligans.
If you know, hashtag us, let us know.
And it is Grasso through first. Now he is lead jammer for the Hooligans as we've hit that 14-minute mark.
Fenno has got the start in his hand, but is still your jammer at the front of the back. Coming up against quite the formidable wall there of number 9, that is T.I.C., your captain. Star has gone back on his head, but Grasso is in control of this one. And calls it off with a bit of a kind of hips don't lie move. You told me they were the party team. I mean, they don't need to keep proving it.
I know. I mean, they're just big Shakira fans as well.
Who isn't?
Hold on. I don't know. She was great on The Voice. That's what she's from, right? You're looking at me like I'm being serious.
I don't know what
I'm not being serious. It's okay.
Right.
It's going to be D-Day on the jam line.
We've got an empty Rydell penalty box.
We do.
I said it under my breath, so the skaters don't
Curse
hear.
of the announcer.
So we've got Sully up against D-Day. Penalties have been assessed, of course, because we've talked about the penalty box. And that is D-Day going to the Rydell penalty box. So Sully, you're active and only jammer on the track at the moment. But, no big deal, Sully. You've just got some really tough blockers to get past, but he does.
Just as you said that.
I know, yeah.
So he will be lead. He is in control, and his team is currently winning.
And they're getting into offense position. You can see Toots and Tomahawk sweeping their hips around the likes.
Do those hoops don't lie?
Who knows? I was trying to give a shout out to all the blockers there, but it just went to pot, so I'll just forget it.
Sully now coming back in the pack. Schuler was holding that back line. Does go into Yosemite Slam. He will have to recycle. D-Day out of the box.
I was going to say, while all that was going on, D-Day kind of just slipped out of the box. No one really noticed there. Said goodbye to the Rydell box and came back on track.
Yosemite Slam picks up a penalty. He will go to the penalty box. The Rydell penalty box as D-Day just completes the initial pass. Sully looked like he was thinking about calling it off, but now he's signaling he's going to let it run, but then he puts his hands up, and now he's going to call it off. So he made up his mind. Decisions.
I know, right?
To call it off or not to call it off?
That is the question.
That is the question. Coach, what do I do? I need an adult.
You can't, because you're not even the jammer.
I'm not even the adult.
I don't think there is an adult here looking after us.
No. Welcome to MRDA.
I mean, someone brought in like 3 buckets of donuts.
Somebody,
that is
yes.
not adult supervision.
No, that is, we
But
all are
thank you.
eating a lot of sugar.
But thank you, Bridgetown and Lane County, for providing these things. And to whoever brought the tacos.
Yeah, exactly. They're feeding us well here.
Like, honestly, we only need a margarita stand, and I am like here for life.
You never know, there might be one.
I mean, I'm out of here. Barada's doing some beautiful work at the front of the pack there as your jammer, as we've now had a star pass over to T-Ice.
Uncle Dad with a track cut. He's going to go to the penalty box, and we are going to have... I'm sorry, it was T-Ice now with the star, not Uncle Dad.
Did Uncle Dad pass the star before he got the track cut?
Yes.
We're cool then. I was getting a little bit concerned.
Yes, Uncle. So T-Ice is the jammer, legally the jammer, picks up 4 points. So it is 4-4 right now on the jam. Nope, never mind, I lied. 8-4, and it's going to be called off.
Look at that score, though. Kind of out of nowhere. I know we're watching this game, so it does sound a little bit daft, but Lincolnshire, 100 points ahead.
101,
And
yeah.
I didn't mean to sound like a surprise there. Just like this game was really close for ages, but Lincolnshire really told you that train was coming in, didn't I?
It's the penalties.
Warned ya.
It's the penalties. They're really getting to the Hooligans. This isn't a problem they had in their first game against Magic City. They only had about 1 or 2 people in penalty trouble. Now they have 1 already expelled with 2 at 6 penalties. And, Stryker, he's one of the core members of that defense.
And some beautiful defense here from Slatham and Little Joker with Toots shouting lots. Little Joker does get a forearm penalty, I believe that was, so he is in the Rydell penalty box. And Grasso,
Yeah, he
Grasso's
is.
your jammer? Sorry, I was just a touch confused there.
He is lead jammer.
Is lead jammer, but not having a very nice time right now.
No, he did get through the pack rather quickly, but it looked like Lincolnshire was ready for him on the scoring pass. Uncle Dad back in bounds, but as a blocker out of the Rydell penalty box. Grasso through the pack. Going to call it off. Let's see how many he gets. 4 points for Philly. So 236 to 139 now at 9.5 minutes remaining.
We do have more penalty trouble, though, for Lincolnshire. So number 21, that's Toots, Mr. Vegan Gravy himself, is, check out his Instagram. He's very into his vegetarian gravy-based products, but in the British term. He's in the little penalty trouble with 5 on the board at the moment. 9 minutes left to go, so, I mean, not a ton of jams left to go. Both jammers on there, but 2 blockers apiece in the Rydell box, but it is D-Day who comes through and grabs lead jammer with Finicity hot on pursuit.
Yeah, about an eighth of a track length or so between the two.
Nice.
D-Day now inside the pack. Remember, he is lead, and
Ooh.
oh!
Was that a bit of friendly fire
He got
there?
hit in the face and then fell on his face, and it's called off.
It kind of looked like him and, was that T-Ice? Got sort of in the crossfire type of thing?
No, look, he hit a blocker and then went out of bounds and fell on his face again. So it looked like a double ouch.
Oh, double
hashtag
ouchie.
reasons I don't play roller derby.
What? Not never?
But now Nurse Ratchet sitting at 5 penalties. I went to a few practices.
Cool. Right, so we have Fenno back out jamming, not sitting jamming for a couple of jams now. Out jamming for Lincoln. We have got Uncle Dad doing the jam duties for Philadelphia, but it is Fenno who is lead. And some beautiful offense, coming in from Slatham.
Yeah, he's getting walled up, though, at the front by Nurse Ratchet and Timmy Twitch, getting past Timmy Twitch. Now going up against Nurse Ratchet. By the way, Timmy Twitch, best hair in roller derby.
Really? Where am I looking?
Wait till he takes his helmet off after the game, and you'll
Hang
see
on.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Have you not seen Sparky from Tone and Fear?
No, I'm
Greenhead Punk.
I will not change my answer.
Whoa.
Striker takes the star pass. Fenno is lead. Picks up 4 points on the pass, 9 points total on this jam. Striker directly in front of him. Pack is speeding up.
I was going to say, Pack is so fast. Do a plow stop, somebody. Do a plow stop.
Well, Fenno was waiting for that.
to.
Well, he was waiting for that so he could take more time off the clock, not get Striker into the pack, and then call it off.
All right. I mean, there's a tactic to it for sure.
There was some reason to everything. Sully and Grasso will be your next jammers. Just under 7 minutes remaining. 2:48, 1:43. Lincolnshire on top.
Tomahawk has been sent to the penalty box. He's sitting down next to number 17. That is Benno, but I'm not sure is Benno fouled out? Okay, there's a little bit of penalty box chit-chat, so we're just going to wait and see.
Yes, it does look like Benno has fouled out.
Yeah, so
That
Tomahawk
is
as the
7.
captain has gone in, I believe. So
Yes.
no worries if you're big Tomahawk fans. He's not done anything naughty. Benno going for an early bath.
Well,
That's a really British saying, I've realised, because every time I've said it, the Americans have been like, what?
we all look like, what?
I think it's like comes
Excuse
from
me?
football, like going to the showers early type of thing. Anyway, you can work it out. Right.
I'll trust you. Grasso through the pack first, picking up a lead jammer for the Hooligans.
Sully at the back of the pack, struggling a touch, but only because this defense of Philadelphia really, when that Philadelphia defense shuts down, it shuts it down.
Absolutely. And we are looking at potentially another big upset here. We just saw a big one with Vancouver over Southern Discomfort.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, Philly is the 9 seed. Lincolnshire is ranked behind them, and this could be a big opportunity. This is going to be a big opportunity for Lincolnshire, not just to move up in the tournament, but also to move up in the rankings.
Yeah, Lincolnshire was so close to qualifying for champs last year. I was personally there when they didn't qualify, and it was so heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. So when they got through to qualifiers and through to champs this year, I was so proud of them, so pleased for them. They've worked so hard to be here.
Yeah,
So,
and same for Philadelphia. It's the second year in a row they've had to go to the North American qualifiers, and they've won it.
oh, good on them.
Yeah, so they fought hard to get here. They've been fighting hard all season before the playoffs. Their only loss was to the Gatekeepers at sibling rivalry.
I mean, you can be forgiven for that, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I watched them in Mohawk Valley Cup absolutely dominate teams with 500 and 600 point wins. And we're seeing here now, when you get to the next level, sometimes you got to adjust a little more. It's not always as easy. But of course, you got to be impressed with these teams from overseas coming. I mean, when I was at MRDA Championships 2 years ago, the only team from overseas was Southern Discomfort, and they came in at the 9th seed. We're now seeing, 5 teams
from Europe.
From Europe here, in addition to the one Canadian team, which was also there 2 years ago. And Vancouver's been a staple of the playoffs for several years. So we are seeing a real shift in the globalization of the sport.
Good word. I feel like we have to keep making sure that Toulouse get a mention,
Yes,
because they're
absolutely.
not part of the English contingency.
And they're the 4th ranked team. They're a very good team. We saw them win this morning over Manchester, a very good team as well. I mean, they were against a team one spot behind them. They were completely able to run that game for just about the entire time. But it is Uncle Dad on the track. He is the lead, or he is the jammer for Philly. Skate Pliskin is lead. 4 points. Uncle Dad
getting a back block.
Yeah, get back block and go to the Rydell penalty box and join Yosemite Slam there. There are 2 blockers for Lincolnshire in that Rydell penalty box. Never mind, make it 1.
Was this Tomahawk's penalty that he deserved? He's already served the captain's penalty and then got his own. He must have had a nice time in the Rydell box.
Oh! And Skate Pliskin going to go down quickly, call it off. He'll get another 3 to finish it off. 12 points total, 260 to 150. Lincolnshire on top now, under 4 minutes remaining.
Yeah, so as we were talking about European roller derby coming over here and really showing off a bit of dominance, I really hope for you folks at home here in America or in Canada watching these games are enjoying watching European roller derby and kind of like...
Yeah, it's roller derby.
It's derby, darling. Well, no, because it's like derby is a place.
You guys invented the language. I'll trust you.
Derby. Okay,
Finickety is the jammer for Lincolnshire. Uncle Dad in the box, now out of the Rydell penalty box. So it was that power start.
Nurse Ratchet clutching his neck. I don't know if he's I think he's taken himself off the track. It doesn't look like he's heading... Yeah, he is, sorry. My apologies. He has headed to the Rydell penalty box, just holding his neck there. Thought there was a bit of injury. Tomahawk, as we mentioned, in the Rydell penalty box, again, as your pivot is now on 5 penalties. We're at that part of the game now where we do start sometimes shedding a few skaters.
Yeah, absolutely. And Uncle Dad on 1 foot, spinning around, able to stay in bounds, and will pick up 4 for the Hooligans.
But yeah, I've absolutely enjoyed this game so much, and I really hope you folks at home have as well. It's been a real cracker. I think because I didn't know what I was expecting, I've enjoyed it so much. So yeah, thank you, Lincoln and Philadelphia.
And we're looking at back-to-back upsets. I mean, let's be honest. How often does that ever happen in roller derby? I mean, how often do you even get one upset in roller derby? I mean, in any playoff, it's so rare. Now we're seeing 2 back-to-back and 2 big ones. So this is turning out to be an interesting tournament. I'm pretty sure a lot of brackets have been busted. I know mine has. Mine's gone.
Oh, mine shouldn't have bothered.
Mine is mangled and torn apart and has pretty much just been shredded.
So do you think then, with Gatekeepers and Toulouse, that Toulouse might win?
Anything is possible.
Do you want to say it?
Anything is possible. It's a challenge. Let's not lie. It will not be an easy. Nobody beating the gatekeepers for anybody is a difficult task. They are the defending champions, multiple-time defending champions. They are great, but I think Magic City proved there are ways to play them.
Yeah, indeed. And let's just have a quick chat. I mean, we did kind of talk all through that jam, our apologies. So we did see 21 massive points being picked up there from Lincoln. There were so many points being picked up. We had a chat during it. Philadelphia, though, not putting their own work in, picking up 16 points there. 1 minute 25 to go in this last jam, potentially.
And we do have an official timeout on the track.
I think we need to sort out what's going on in the Rydell penalty box because our penalty screen is lit up in about 7 different colours.
I've
never
seen
this many colours. I don't really know what's going on.
I didn't even know these colors existed.
It's like a pack of Skittles.
It really is.
Oh, you have those. You know what they are.
We do have Skittles here.
Okay,
I believe
cool.
there's some on the donuts over there.
Oh, my God. That means I've eaten them.
So we have Stryker, who has now fouled out. And there is Nurse Ratchet. He has 6 penalties, as well as number 610, Hef, who has remained at 6 penalties for this entire second half. And as well, it looks like Yosemite Slam may have just fouled out with his 7th. Yes, he did. Yes, officially he has.
Let's just have a quick look. I'm really glad the camera's just panned over here. Look at all the officials in the penalty box. Clipboards are out. It's basically like we've got everyone, get in. We need to sort this out. So big shout out and thanks to our wonderful officials. Those clipboards do not lie.
No, they don't.
Mine would just have like pictures on it of like Trent Reznor or something. I would be so unhelpful.
I'd be too tempted to just break it over my knee for no reason.
Oh yeah, I would as well. Like flip a table.
I always said if I ever coached, I just want to break clipboards like 3 times a game for no reason.
I like it.
Just get dollar store clipboards.
Let's do it. Let's just, like charity games and stuff. Then
Exactly.
We should do it. Everyone do the position they're going to be the worst at. I'll be a jam ref because I can't count. I can barely skate, and I've got no attention span.
Well, we're here, so it's always fun to announce.
Okay, so we're still having a little bit of official timeout while we are enjoying Tomahawk from Lincolnshire rallying up the crowds with a bit of cheering and whooping.
Well, you can see Philly's fans are right behind the Lincolnshire bench, and it looks like they're actually having a really good conversation with each other.
Is Tomahawk trying to turn them?
Well, they're good sports. They're good fans too. They have a good attitude about it.
Yeah, God bless them. Right, so 1 apiece in the Rydell penalty box after all that kerfuffle.
They know that, if you're here to make millions of dollars, you're in the wrong sport.
For sure. Although we've made $2 today.
We've made $2.
Thanks to Bobby Narco.
Yeah, another announcer paid us.
All right, so D-Day is through for leading this potential last jam here. Fenno hot on his heels. Defense is being set up in the quite a fancy fashion, but D-Day makes easy work of it and so whips his way through.
I'd be surprised if this did not go the full 2 minutes if the period clock runs out.
Well, D-Day is lead jammer, so he could call it off if he wants, or he could just revel in the glory and grab as many points as possible.
And take down as many blockers as he can in the process. There are 5 points on the board for the Hooligans and what might be our last jam.
I think so. I think we're running this clock down some. We can see Lincolnshire Thunder lining up at the side of the track there, getting ready to show some love to their team. There's quite a lot of people shouting right now.
Yeah. Fenno still inside that pack. Another 5 picked up by D-Day.
Lovely empty ride-out penalty box. It'd be great to finish this jam with an empty box so everyone could just rush on home.
Fenno is out of the pack. D-Day back out of the pack. Fenno now on a scoring pass. Let's see if he's going to call it off and get another jam in there. It would have to be right about... No, it's not happening. So what is officially will be our final jam, D-Day back in the pack. He's already got 19 points on this jam.
Yeah, what a way to finish. If you're not going to win the game, but you might as well win the jam.
Might as well finish strong.
Yeah, beautiful work there from D-Day. 24 points picked up. Will Philadelphia we've got 16 seconds to go. Can they get to the 200 mark? We have had a stop. Just enjoying seeing Doug there grabbing the Jammer Star, waving it around, whipping up the crowd. This game has just been so much fun. Thank you for joining us here today because it has been fantastic.
And that is the game. Another upset back to back.
Yeah.
Lincolnshire taking down Philly 290 to 194. That's the unofficial final score. We'll
Look
see
at their faces. Sorry to interrupt you there. I just wanted to have a quick while we saw them on screen. Lincolnshire looked so pleased with themselves, and they rightly should be. They, as I said, and it's only because I know more about them than Philadelphia. They worked so hard to get here, and while they, probably not going to take home a medal, they can certainly take so much from this tournament and be so proud of themselves.
Absolutely, and it was a very hard-fought game, very well-played game by Lincolnshire. Philly, the penalties, that's what got to them. I mean, Lincolnshire did have 2 foul outs. The final one was at the end. That was Dapper Fox. But Philadelphia getting in penalty trouble early, and then one expulsion, 2 foul outs, and 2 players sitting at 6 penalties to finish it. That, if you're going to ask me what was really the deciding factor early on, that's going to be number 1 in my book.
And coming up, if you've enjoyed this game of roller derby, and if you didn't, then check your pulse is what I'd like to say.
Just don't check your brackets. Don't check your brackets.
My bracket is in the recycling bin. But coming up in about half an hour or so, we will be seeing Denver's ground control taking on Tyne and Fear. So once more, we will have a UK versus America matchup. Will we see another upset?
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a tough one. Denver is very fast. We saw Denver come out very quickly yesterday against Texas, but Texas eventually, much like how it was, Texas got their footing and in the end came back. Remember, they were down 55-5 to Denver, and then suddenly Texas turned it on. So we're going to see what's going to happen in the next game. Is Denver going to ride the momentum they had at one point? I mean, Texas is a tough team, let's be honest.
Yeah, they are, but
Tyne and Fear, they're excited to be here.
They've kind of they've got nothing to lose. They're not from Toulouse. But, they really have come out here, much like Lincoln, worked really, really hard to get here. And if nothing else, they're going to put on a belter of a show. It's going to be Reet Mint.
It's been all great games and a lot of fun to watch all day, all tournament. So
it's been fantastic. We're going to be handing over to one of our co-announcers very shortly, who I believe will be interviewing Tomahawk from Lincolnshire Rolling Thunder. But knowing our luck, it'll be somebody else.
It probably will be somebody else.
So thank you very much for joining us here for such an exciting, fun game of roller derby. I do hope that if you're listening to this again, that you've enjoyed it as well. It's been my absolute pleasure to bring this game to you. I've been Very Terry from Central City Roller Derby in England.
And I'm Champ Unkind. Have a decent day.
Bye now.
Bobby Narco. I am here trackside with Tom A. Hawk and Doug Hisgrave, two ace pivots for the Lincolnshire Rolling Thunder Ducks. I saw you all flapping your mighty duck wings out there. How does it feel? You came into this tournament the bottom seed, the number 12 seed. You just knocked off the number 9 seed. Tell me how you feel.
A little bit lost for words, to be honest, but it's a hell of achievement. It's just testament to this team. We've worked so hard. This has been 8 years in the making. We've been trying to get to champs. We finally made it this year, and we got the victory that we wanted. So yeah, awesome.
Again, yeah, it's just a testament to the hard work everyone puts in. I transferred to this team in January, and it's been hard getting on this roster, but it's worth everything. Everything I put into it, everything these guys have put into it. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm proud to be one of them.
Tremendous heart out there for you guys. I noticed in jam number 23 at the end of the very first half, you had a defensive apex leap. You don't see that very often. Tell me do you remember that moment? Take me back to that moment.
Yeah, I was protecting my point. I'm a pivot. I'm happy to take a star, so I like to practice my jammer skills, and it was good to put them on display today. Yeah.
And I think one of you, if not both, got to wear the star today.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're here for. We're both ex-jammers. We both love jamming. So the thing about Lincolnshire Rolling Thunder is we don't have any individuals. We don't have any stars. We work for each other. It's one team, one dream. Everybody on track is fighting for each other. We're a brotherhood of skaters. So, yeah, it's testament to the performance today. We played as a team and we got the victory. So, yeah, thank you.
What was it like playing against Philly? Say something gracious about your opponents.
They were incredible. Like, the level of performance throughout that game, it felt absolutely intense for the full 60 minutes. A top set of skaters, great gentlemen on track. It was a pleasure to play them.
Yeah, huge respect for them. I didn't know much about them coming in, but yeah, so much love for them right now. They played with their hearts just like we did, and there was a lot of moments out there you'll have seen on the feed where we're hugging each other and high-fiving. We love them as much as I'm sure they love us right now.
Yeah, tremendous amount of love between the two teams. I noticed that even when that Philadelphia jammer was ejected from the game, came by and made sure that he gave some love to all of your bench.
Yeah, there's a huge amount of respect, and I think that's really important in men's roller derby in terms of the image that we need to put out there for men's roller derby and for the MRDA. The game was played in an amazing spirit with huge amount of respect, and that's testament to the game, really.
Anybody at home you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, Kim, my children, Robin, Dexter, Dylan, who are probably watching and up way past their bedtime, and the leagues at home, SSRG, Hellcats, and everyone else watching who supported us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
How about you, Tom?
I'd like to give a huge shout out to my partner, Christy Razzo. She makes me the skater that I am. Got a lot of love for her. I'd also like to give a massive shout out to Gaza, Gazabite, who should be here skating with us. Amazing guy. And his partner Custard, and also a huge shout out to Flo and Giggity. They helped start this team right from day one. They're amazing people. We wouldn't be here without them. And to every one of the Thunder Ducks in terms of the squad who helps us get here. So yeah, thank you guys. This is for you.
One last thing, Left Turn Clothing sews this patch on my jacket. What do you think about Left Turn Clothing's work?
I think it's pretty incredible. That's an awesome.
There you go. Left Turn Clothing, one of our proud sponsors here. I'm Bobby Narco, signing off from the 2018 Men's Roller Derby Association Championships.